Hey there, my name's Abby and I'm about to show you how to use the quadratic formula.
Okay, so we're now going to look at how you use the quadratic formula to break down a quadratic expression. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at our quadratic expression on the left-hand side and we're going to label all of the numbers. So the x squared terms are always labeled A, x terms are labeled B, the number term is labeled C. Now we want to look at the number next to our x squared, which is 2. That tells us A is going to be 2. The number next to our x is plus 5, so B is going to be plus 5, positive 5. And the number here is negative 3, so C is going to be negative 3. Now that we have these numbers, we can use these numbers and sub them into the quadratic formula. Okay, so when we do that, it's going to look like this. We're going to have minus 5 plus or minus. We're going to come back to this plus or minus. The square root of 5 squared, I'm just going to do that in my head. 5 squared is 25. Take away 4 times 2 times negative 3 all over 2 times A is 2, so we're going to call that 4. So we're crunching this as we go because it's a long expression. We want to be able to do as much of this as we can. Negative 5 plus or minus square root of 25. If you've got negative 4 times 2 is negative 8. Negative 8 times negative 3 is going to give me positive 24 all over 4. Going to continue the crunching. Negative 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 plus 24 is 49 all over 4. Crunch 49. That's going to give us negative 5 plus or minus 7 over 4. Okay, now that we've simplified it all the way down to this point, we're going to address this plus or minus thing. As you'll know from factorizing, whenever we break down a quadratic expression, we get two answers. When you use the quadratic formula, same thing, we're going to get two answers. So we're going to take this answer and we're going to split it up. We're going to say 1 is going to be plus, so negative 5 plus 7 over 4. 1 is going to be minus, negative 5 minus 7 over 4. Then we're going to simplify those two separately and see what answers we come to. So negative 5 plus 7 over 4, that's a 2 over 4, which we can simplify to 1 over 2. Negative 5, take away a further 7 is going to give us negative 12 over 4. Simplify that is going to give us negative 3. So those are the values for x. So at the very end of my question, I could say that x is equal to a half and x is equal to negative 3.
There we go. That's how we use the quadratic formula.